I wanted to talk about the rebranding of, fast fashion brands and kind of, why this stuff has happened. So this show that you guys are looking at actually happened in London. This was H&M's like London fashion show. This is kind of part of H&M's rebrand into being luxury. Everyone was there. Like when I say everyone was there, everyone was there. Like all the editors, all the celebrities, people had been paid to go there. And the show itself, because I was actually there, right? The show itself was actually really good. Like they had artists, they had amazing production. It's because they have a lot of money to do these things, right? But the clothing is just H&M clothing. So it's like I'm curious. The reason why I'm like following this like rebranding of fast fashion so closely and I actually want to go to the shows and I actually want to go to the events is I'm actually trying to understand if they genuinely can successfully change the way that people perceive like a H&M, like Zara is doing it too, right? If Zara can genuinely change the way that people perceive it. Because if that's possible, that's insane. That will say a lot about like the marketing machine and how much the marketing machine can change people's thoughts about something and just like erase years and years of like human rights issues and quality issues and stuff like that. I find it so fascinating. And so like I said, great show, H&M clothes basically. And what I found really interesting about all these fast fashion brands, rebranding, and this is something that I covered on my Instagram that people crucified me for because they're like, you're working with H&M. And it's like, no, first of all, I'm working with KCD, with H&M just being one of their clients. And secondly, they paid me to talk about what was going on, which I always do anyway. So I might as well get paid to do it. Like, just the same way I'm talking, these fast fashion brands are rebranding was exactly what I was paid to do. You can't pay me to say, oh my God, H&M is fantastic, because I'll never do that, which is not what I did in that video either. But yeah, even with like their marketing campaigns, what I will say, and we'll talk about, because I know someone wanted me to talk about Ludovic de Saint Sernin earlier, right? Is that they, for some weird reason, and I'm trying to understand what it is about these fast fashion brands. I don't know if it's to do with the fact that, they have the most money, so they just have the money to hire the best talent. But it seems as though they have better concepts than luxury brands. Like this campaign that I was talking about, that I had talked about, was such a good concept. Like, in fact, a lot of the comments were actually like, this is such a great concept. I just didn't like that H&M was doing it, right? But it's such a great concept. So I'll show you guys like this campaign that Lias was, and I think this is an ad for H&M.
Doing fake paparazzi. Look at her go. Alex, really, I love her. Guys, that's Awa doing this thing. And here's Victoria. Victoria was doing at Palais Tokyo this paparazzi ad. I love her. Honestly, that outfit is killing me. Look at Mariacarla. She knows how to pose for the paparazzi, really. And the girl, Mona. Look at that outfit. Paloma comes out of the car. She's the fashion girl. Are you going anywhere or you're just working for the paparazzi?
Pardon?
Look at the models doing fake.
Alex Consani is so cringe in the best way possible. Like, what was that? Pardon? What was that? But anyway, so they did this sort of like off-duty campaign. I'll actually play the video that I made. But I've also, you'll notice this, Alex Consani has been making serious money. She's the face of every single one of these like fast fashion luxury rebrand sort of campaigns. And I think it's because Alex Consani is so associated with high fashion and all the French runway shows and all the luxury runway shows that maybe they feel like, and she also won Model of the Year, right? So maybe they feel like putting Alex Consani as the face of these H&M campaigns and these Zara campaigns. Maybe they personally feel like that elevates it in a way. But anyway, let me play what I said about the H&M campaign. It actually got 1.9 million views, which is insane, by the way. But let me play it. If you have noticed, but some of the top models in the world have been seen wearing H&M in the past Paris Fashion Week season. It turns out all of this is part of H&M's brand new campaign. Models are usually in a state of transit, running from show to show, showroom to showroom, and fitting to fitting. And this campaign really puts a focus on the off-duty looks that the models wear in between the shuttling. The 10 models in the campaign all selected their own outfits to match their personal taste and their personality. Mona Tougaard's look had all these layering details. Alex Consani's look donned these over-the-knee boots with the green bomber. Paloma Elsesser's look had this satin mini dress with lace trimmings. A big talking point in this campaign has been these charms. Everyone is asking, would you buy them? So let me know what you think about this campaign and H&M's overall rollout, especially considering they had the big show in London recently. So yeah, that was the video that I was paid for to talk about. You can see I didn't say anything is good about it or whatever. I'm reporting about it like I am now, so I don't know why people are up in arms about it, considering I talk about this stuff all the time anyway. But yeah, that's kind of like the campaign that I thought was like really, really interesting. And then of course, recently it was announced that Ludovic de Saint Sernin is the next designer that's going to design like a Zara collection. We've seen the likes of Stefano Pilati design a Zara collection that a lot of people seem to like, right? So I think it was very, very interesting to watch that campaign. I'm going to play it all for you now because once again, I think it had like a really great concept. And I also think it's important to note about these campaigns that Zara and H&M also have like, H&M has H&M Atelier, I think, and Zara has like Zara Studio. So they actually, you know, people are saying, I don't think people know you're a journalist. Yeah, it's so weird, right? So like I told you guys, I want to go to these shows because I'm like, as a journalist, I genuinely want to see how exactly these fast fashion brands are rebranding, because going there means I have the first-hand knowledge and experience, and then I can relay it back to my audience. That's what journalism is. But it's so weird because like people will like film me and be like, FashionRoadman is like going to the fast fashion show. Like he's supporting, they've paid him off. It's like, bro, what? But anyway, they have these brands, so these higher tier brands that they're working on. And I wonder how long they're going to separate them for, or if at some point they're just going to merge everything eventually when they've successfully rebranded, and then it's just everything H&M Atelier or whatever. That will be interesting to see, or if they'll just have like different lines, like, you know, a Yoji has multiple lines, or a Comme des Garçons has main line and play and black and stuff like that. And it's very like, because obviously Ludovic de Saint Sernin is from the queer community, you have Alex Consani, who's the face of it, is from the queer community. And it was kind of like the whole concept, like, call the dolls. And then the dolls kind of, it's like a call to action for the dolls. And then they all come together as like an army of dolls. And they walk with Ludovic de Saint Sernin. I thought that's kind of an interesting concept, especially because with the whole like protect the dolls thing being really, really popular recently, like the glamour cover, you can also see Ludovic's signatures with the little like rhinestones. Very, very Ludovic in the collection. Yeah, protect the dolls, call the dolls, I'm into it, yeah. So I thought the concept was interesting, but what it really showed to me, or kind of what it got me thinking about, is this idea of why is it that these fast fashion brands have such interesting campaigns and everything around it, minus the clothing, is so good, right? So my guess is that when you're a luxury brand, especially when you're like a legacy house, your brand is so predicated on being so like associated with like rich people and upper class lifestyle that queerness does not really fit into that. And so like all these ideas, or even like a paparazzi thing, it's too, what's the word? I don't want to say it's too fun, because it's not that luxury brands can't be fun, but it's too out there for luxury brands. It's too in your face for luxury brands. I think that's where they lose, because I think that these luxury brands sometimes overthink their marketing a bit much. I think people actually would like some fun from the luxury brands. Yeah, too gaudy also, yeah. But I do actually think people would look forward to seeing a lot of fun campaigns from these luxury houses. They're just in too much in their head, and they think, yeah, we can't do anything. We can't do anything. We're going to alienate this audience, or we're going to alienate that audience. And it's like, they're so scared to like stand for anything, or to support anything, or to have any specific point of view because they're just so scared that like some audience is going to be alienated. And like literally, I did not see anything negative about this campaign in a sense of like, I don't think Zara alienated their audience all of a sudden because, you know, they're highlighting trans women in a campaign and like the queer community. I just didn't see any of that. This is so Kardashian. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to touch up on that because I just think it's so interesting how these brands continue to fight for their rights to, you know, just talk about all this sort of stuff and to try and be luxury brands and to rebrand because Shein has the chance to put a lot of them out of business. But let me know what you guys think. I'm not mad at it at all. It's just not for me as a consumer. Yep, stand for nothing, fall for anything. Saw someone I know in the ad. Fair enough. It's all a part of the industry. Just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean you shouldn't explore the depths of your field. Oh yeah, so a lot of people, I think once again, it's because people don't understand what the role of a journalist is. Because I think you're referring to like me going to these shows for like fast fashion brands. Like I'm publicly against what fast fashion is. People know this. So if you see me there, obviously I'm doing research as a journalist. Like people just think if you're there, you must be paid by the company directly, and then two, like you're supporting that just by being there. When I was at the show, I didn't post about the show, I didn't platform them. When I did work with like KCD, because they wanted me to talk about it, it's like, well, I'm going to talk about it anyway, so I might as well get paid to do it. I didn't say it was good. I'm never going to get paid to say something's good or bad. You can't pay me to have an opinion on something. I think at that point, you're no longer a journalist. You're like a paid, I don't even know what the phrase to use is. Like it means your opinion can be bought. My opinion can't be bought. And it's quite obvious if you watch that ad and you see that I didn't actually say it's good. Like there's not one thing I said was good. So I just reported on it like I always do. So I think a lot of people just struggle with that. Like not understanding what a journalist actually is. FashionRoadman, the journalist rebranding arc. I respect Ludovic de Saint Sernin's work. I hope this collection is actually good. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I'm curious to see kind of what the products are actually like in hand. So we'll see. Yeah, everybody's got a price. That's funny. Okay, but anyway, that's the whole story on fast fashion brands rebranding, and I will continue to follow this story. So if you see me at any of these fast fashion events, now that I've explained it, please don't say something stupid and be like, oh, he's supporting fast fashion. It's like, mate, I'm literally documenting how these brands are rebranding and trying to be luxury brands. This YouTube channel runs on your support. If you want to support the channel, you can subscribe to my Patreon. You'll gain access to exclusive content that includes everything from my Patreon podcast, where I give a behind-the-scenes insight into the fashion industry, as well as a fashion book club, where I review my favorite fashion books. You can also check out my fashion ebook, which highlights the best fashion journalists to follow, definitions of common fashion terminology, and how to determine what a good source of fashion information is. The links to everything are in the description below.